Good morning, children. Welcome to Diksha online classes. Today, I am going to take the topic equations and identities in mathematics. The last class we discussed about algebraic expressions. So I hope everyone understand the topic. Today, I am teaching equations and identities. Let us start with equation. What is an equation? An equation is a statement of equality between two expressions. So now I will take two expressions. One is 2x plus 1, other one is x minus 1. If you equate both, that is an equation. I hope clear the what is the definition of equation. So if you want, we can simplify this equation. So let us take x left side minus 1 also left side. So 2x plus 1 minus x plus 1 equal to 0. So 2x minus x is x. 1 plus 1, 2. This is equation. This is the simplified form of equation. So that equation means left side is expression, right side equal to. Then we call that it is an equation. Okay. So now let us take one more way. An equation which is true only for certain values of the unknowns is called conditional equation, or simply we call as an equation. So an equation which is true for certain values of unknowns is called conditional equation, or simply an equation. So let us consider an example. X minus 3 equal to 4 is true for x equal to 7. So if you substitute 7 minus 3 is what? 4. So therefore it is true for x equal to 7. Hence it is a conditional equation. So what I am saying, an equation which is true only for certain values of unknowns. Here what is unknown? X is unknown. What is the value of x? 7. 7 is the solution for this equation. So that means an equation which is true only for certain values of the unknown is called conditional equation, or simply an equation. I hope clear the definition of equation. Now, what is an identity? And see the difference between equation and identity. So an equation, that means identity is also nothing but an equation which is true for all permissible values of the unknowns is called an identity. An equation which is true for all permissible values of unknowns is called an identity. Let us consider an example, a plus b whole square. So you know this is standard identity. So if you take a plus b whole square as a square plus 2ab plus b square is true for all the values of a and b. That means whatever the values of a and b you can take. So to get LH is equal to RH. That means this expression is valid for any values of a and b. And before, so we have discussed about only certain values of unknowns. But here this is valid for any value of a and b. So that it is called an identity. So like that we have so many identities are there. A minus b whole square, a minus b whole cube. All those are the standard identities. Those are also called equations. An equation which is true for all permissible values of unknowns is called an identity. I hope clear. The next. So now what is a solution or root of an equation? The solutions of an equation are those values of the unknowns which satisfy the equation. The solutions of an equation are those values of the unknowns which satisfy the equation. These solutions are called roots. That means what are the values of unknowns satisfying the given equation are called solutions or roots of an equation. For example, if you take x minus 5 equal 0. So this is true only when x equal 5. Therefore, you call that 5 is a root of an equation, or you can call as solution of an equation. If you take second example, x plus 1 into x plus 2 equal to 0, x plus 1, x plus 2 equal to 0. When you take x equal to minus 1 on the left side, minus 1 plus 1 into minus 1 plus 2. So minus 1 plus 1 is 0 into 1, that gives 0. So when you take x equal to minus 2, so on the left side, minus 2 plus 1 into minus 2 plus 2. So this gives minus 1 into 0. It also 0. Therefore, x equal to minus 1 and x equal to minus 2 both are the values satisfying the equation. So we call that these two values are the roots of an equation. That means the solutions of an equation are those values of unknowns which satisfy the equation. I hope clear the what the meaning of solution and root of an equation. Next. So now we are going to discuss different types of polynomial equations. If you want to discuss the different types of polynomial equations, we need one standard polynomial equation. So now we can define nth degree polynomial equation in X. An equation of the form a0 x power n, a1 x power n minus 1, a2 x power n minus 2, and so on, an equal to 0 is called nth degree polynomial equation in X. We call nth degree polynomial equation in X, where a0, a1, a2, an are multiples of x each term or any real numbers. So now what I am saying, this equation we call as nth degree polynomial equation X. So just observe the left side of the equation. This is an expression. So in this expression, highest power of x, we can take it as a degree of a polynomial equation. That's why we call as nth degree polynomial equation in X. So that means now degrees depends on the highest power of x in the left side of the equation. So for example, if you take the equation, in this equation, the highest power of x is 1. We call that this is polynomial equation of degree 1. Here, highest power of x is 2. So that the equation of the polynomial equation of which degree here? Second degree equation. So I hope clear this one. So here you can take x power what? 1, x power 2. The highest power of x, you can take it as a degree of a polynomial equation. So you can define the degree of a polynomial equation which is based on the highest power of x in the left side of the equation. Clear? I hope understand everyone what is called nth degree polynomial equation. So what is the degree of a polynomial equation? Next, we will discuss the different type of polynomial equations. So types of equations. An equation is said to be linear if its degree is what? 1. If its degree is what? 1, we call as linear polynomial equation. So these are the examples for polynomial equation. Observe each equation x power is 1. That's why we call as a linear equation. Means on looking at the equation, we can easily say that it is a linear equation because of degree 1. Same thing. An equation is said to be quadratic if its degree is 2. So here degree 2. Similarly, you can define equation is said to be cubic if its degree is what? 3. So that means third degree polynomial equation we call as a cubic equation, second degree quadratic, first degree linear equation. So similarly, we can define the other polynomial equations. So there is one more is there, that is fourth degree equation. What we call fourth degree, that has name biquadratic. What we call biquadratic polynomial equation. So the degree is what? Fourth degree equation. So because we have names only degree 1, degree 2, degree 3 and degree 4. So if it is degree more than 4, we can call as a polynomial equation of degree 5, degree 6, like that we can call. But here for degree 1 linear, for degree 2 quadratic, for degree 3 cubic, for degree 4 biquadratic equation. That means on looking at the equation, we can see that what type of equation is given. I hope clear. Now our job is how to solve the equations. How to solve the equation means you have to find the value of unknown. Clear? Next. So we will do some simple examples with linear type equations. So just read the question. First question is 2x plus 4 equal to 0. And second one, x plus 2 into x minus 3 equal to 2 into x plus 1. What I told, 2x. This is one expression. This is another expression. So if they differ by equal to, then that is called an equation. Now we are going to solve the equations. The first one, 2x plus 4 equal to 0. So now you can solve for x. 2x equal to shift plus 4 that side. It gives minus 4. Then x equal to divide by 2. So therefore x value is minus 2. This is the solution for first equation. So that means the first equation is valid only for x equal to minus 2. So comes to second one. The second one, x plus 2 into x minus 3 equal to 2 into x plus 1. So let us take x plus 2 into x, 2x, 2 into 3 minus 6 equal to 2x plus 2. So x plus 2x, 3x minus 6 to 2x plus 2. So rearrange the terms. X terms bring on the left side and constant take on the right side. So 3x, if you take 2x this side, minus 2x equal to 2 plus 6. Then 3x minus 2x is x. X equal to 8 is the solution for the second equation. So these are simple equations, how to solve the equations. So how to solve the equation, you have to find the value of x. So clear this one? Now, can you move next question? So next, this is also simple examples only. Find the unknown of the following equations. Unknown means you have to find the value of unknown what is present in the equation. Here what is present x, x is unknown. Here what is present here h, h is unknown only. So let us take the first equation, how to find the value of x. The first one, 8x plus x by 3 equal to 11. You can take denominator as 1 because nothing is there. So you can take LCM for this one. 3 is the LCM. So here 8x into 3 plus x equal to 11. So you should multiply. So 8 into 3, 24x plus x by 3 equal to 11. So 24x plus x, 25x by 3 equal to 11. So 25x equal to 11 into 3. So 25x equal to 33. Then x equal to 33 by 25. So this is a solution for the first equation. So if there is no denominator, you can take it as 1 and apply LCM. LCM is 3. So I hope clear this one. Next, the next equation is h root 3 minus h by root 3 equal to, they are given as 100. So now same method you can follow. So first term denominator nothing, you can take 1. So I want to take LCM as root 3. Before that, make sure that denominators are equal. Multiply and divide by first term by root 3. Then second term is right as it is, equal to 100. H root 3 into root 3. Multiply root 3 into root 3, that is root 3 square, gives 3h. Then h by root 3 equal to 100. Now the denominators are same. That LCM is root 3. So 3h minus h equal to 100. So 3h minus h is what? 2h. 2h by root 3 equal to 100. Now we are going to take h value. So now cross multiply. So 2h equal to 100 times root 3. So now h value is 100 times root 3 by 2. So 2 ones, 2 50s cancel. So h equal to 50 root 3. This is the solution for second problem. Understand? First of all, make them equal denominators. Here you want root 3, multiply and divide by root 3 and multiply h root 3 into root 3, that is root 3 into root 3 square, that is give 3, 3h. And after denominators are equal, take the LCM and subtract the numerators. Simplify to get the value of h. I hope clear this one. Next. So another simple example. So what I am going to discuss all the problems are, so different types of equations, how to solve it. So look at this question, root 3 plus x by 1 minus root 3x equal to root 3. So now how to solve this equation? So let us simplify this equation. So look at on the right side, only root 3 is there, right, by 1 and cross multiply. So when you take cross multiplication, 1 into root 3 plus x equal to root 3 times 1 minus root 3x. So multiply with 1, root 3 plus x equal to root 3 into 1, root 3 minus root 3 into root 3, 3x. So now rearrange the terms, bring x terms on the left side constants on the right side. X plus 3x equal to root 3 minus root 3. So x plus 3x is 4x equal to 0. Then x equal to 0 divided by 4. Then 0 divided by anything is 0 only. So therefore finally x equal to 0 is a solution for the given equation. I hope clear of this one. Next. Now we are going to learn quadratic equation in unknown. So here one unknown is there. What mean one unknown? X. If two unknowns means x and y, three unknown means x, y, z like that. So now we are discussing about quadratic equation in one unknown. An equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a not equal to 0, b and c are constants, is called a quadratic equation in x. An equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 is called a quadratic equation in x, where a, b, c are any real constant but a not equal to 0. If a is 0, this become a linear equation. That's why a should not be 0. So that I know everyone knows about quadratic equations. Let us take how to solve the quadratic equation. Roots of a quadratic equation. The roots of a quadratic equation are given by what formula? X equal to minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. So now this is we call as quadratic formula. Quadratic formula. So to find the roots of equation, one of the rule is quadratic formula, that is using this formula minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. So there is a term inside the root which is b square minus 4ac. So here b square minus 4ac called discriminant of a quadratic equation and denoted by capital D. So therefore d equal to b square minus 4ac. So what is use of this one? If you want to take the nature of the roots of equation, so that is depends on the value of d. Okay, so that means so the discriminant of a quadratic equation is b square minus 4ac. So you can denote it by d. In some cases you can use delta. So you can use any symbol for discriminant. I hope clear. Next. Now nature of the roots of equation. So the nature of roots of equation depends on the value of the discriminant. So if the discriminant value is positive and 4x square, then the roots are real and unequal. D greater than or equal to 0 and it is a 4x square, then the roots are real and unequal. So next, if D is 0, the roots are real and equal roots. If D less than 0, the roots are not real, we call as imaginary roots only. So here, suppose it's not a perfect square, then the roots are called irrational roots. Irrational roots also real roots only. Clear? And one more thing, always will get out. B equal to 0. What is the equation? X equal to minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac. B square minus 4ac is nothing but d. So if d is 0, then x equal to what? Minus b by 2a. But the quadratic equation, it has two roots. Maximum number of roots, two roots. But the roots are equal means other root also minus b by 2a only. That means the two roots are equal. So which are minus b by 2a and minus b by 2a. Clear? So depends on the value of d, we can discuss the roots of a what quadratic equation. So we'll do some simple examples. Write the nature of the following quadratic equations. So very first one, read the first question, 3x square minus 4x plus 1. So let us take the nature of roots which is depend on the discriminant of an equation. First one, 3x square minus 4x plus 1 equal to 0. So that means when you take the values, always compare with standard form of quadratic equation. What is standard form? Ax square plus bx plus c equal 0. A is the x square coefficient, b is the x coefficient, c is the constant term. Here a, after comparing, a is 3. B is x coefficient. What is x coefficient here? Minus 4. So that means b equal to minus 4. Be careful about take the b value with symbol, and c is 1. Now we are going to take discriminant. What is formula for discriminant? B square minus 4ac. So calculate minus 4 whole square, 4 into 3 into 1. So minus 4 whole square is plus 16, 4 into 3, 12. That gives 4, which is greater than 0. So what you can write here? Roots are real and unequal. Unequal roots only. Next, clear this one? Second one. What is second one? 4x square plus 4x plus 1 equal to 0. Here what is A? A is 4, B is 4 and C is 1. So now you can take discriminant. B square minus 4ac. What is B here? 4. 4 square minus 4 into 1 into 4. So means 16 minus 16. That gives 0. So here D is 0. Then what you can call? Roots are real and equal roots. Real and equal roots. So I hope understand the two questions. So next, third one. What is third one? 2x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. 2x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. Here what is A? A is 2, B is 1, C is what? 1. Can you take D? D is B square minus 4ac. So try yourself. 1 square, 4 into 2 into 1. So 1 minus 8. This gives minus 7. So D value is minus 7, which is less than 0. So what you can call? Roots are not real. So not real means we can call as a imaginary roots. So I hope everyone understand how to find the nature of the roots, which is depends on the D value. D is nothing but discriminant. Next. So methods of solving quadratic equations. We have three methods to solve the quadratic equation. One is factorization method, next is completing square method, and find the roots by using quadratic formula. So what is called factorization method? What is completing square? What are the method of finding quadratic formula? This already you know, minus b plus r minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. So we will solve some simple examples. You can get idea about the recap of how to find roots of a quadratic equation in different methods. First one, factorization method. So let us take the first equation, x square plus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. Now x square plus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. So when you are taking roots, first multiply these two. This is 6x square. So now 6x square factors are 2x into 3x. So 2 into 3, 6, x into x square. Now we can add or subtract to get the middle term. So here 5x means you must add both. So 2x plus 3x, that gives 5x. So now we can rewrite the equation x square plus 2x plus 3x. You can write any order. 3x plus 2x also gives same answer. So now you can take common, x common from the first two terms. X plus 2. Next, what is common? 3 common. X plus 2 equal to 0. So now further x plus 2, x plus 2, which is common from the equation. What is left out in the first term? X. Second term? 3. So after common factor. Now we got x plus 2 into x plus 3 equal to 0. Now x plus 2 equal to 0 or x plus 3 equal to 0. Now x plus 2 equal to 0 means value of x is minus 2. Here x equal to minus 3. So therefore minus 2 and minus 3 are roots of the first equation. Roots of the first equation. I hope understand everyone. So let us take the second example. What is second example? 2x square minus x minus 3 equal to 0. The second example, 2x square minus x minus 3 equal to 0. So now same method you can follow. Multiply 2x square with minus 3, that is minus 6x square. See the difference of before and this one. Before plus 6x square, now here minus 6x square. So same thing, you can take factors 3 2's only. So I want minus x required, means keep minus for plus 3x and plus for 2x, so that we will get minus x. If you take plus 3x minus 2x, you will get plus x. That's the reason we take minus 3x and plus 2x. If minus 2x plus 2x gives what? Minus x only. That's the reason you can write like this. Now 2x square minus 3x plus 2x minus 3 0. Here what is common? Here what is common? Here common is x. 2x minus 3 plus. So what is common here? Nothing is common. We can take 1 only common. 2x minus 3 equal to 0. In these two terms, 2x minus 3 is common. And left out part is x plus 1 equal to 0. So clear? So these are the factors we got it. Now solve for x. 2x minus 3 equal to 0 or x plus 1 equal to 0. So 2x equal to 3 and x equal to 3 by 2, or here x equal to minus 1. The roots are 3 by 2 and minus 1 are roots of equation. So understand? The next, solving by completing square method. Solving by completing square method. So look at the equation, x square plus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. X square plus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. When you're solving this equation, so what is the first rule to take the equation? First, take plus 3 that side. X square plus 4x equal to minus 3. So now what we will do means take x square plus 4x in the form of a square plus 2ab form. So bring x square plus 4x as a square plus 2ab. So here a square is x square, means x square plus 2 into a already what? X into, so 2 into x 2x, but we want 4x. If you multiply by 2, that gives a 4x. So now x square plus 4x is x square plus 2 into x into 2. We got a square plus 2ab form equal to minus 3. I want to make complete square on the left side. So on the left side we got a square plus 2ab. If there is a b square is there, that gives the a plus b whole square. So what is the b square value here? So already we know 2ab. What is b square here? 2 square. The 2 square you can add on both sides. That means x square plus 2 into x into 2 plus I'm adding 2 square on the left side. So same value you can add on the right side so that the equation is balanced. That means it is, the value does not change. Now observe the left side. The left side is in the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square. That is nothing but a plus b whole square. Means a is x, b is 2. X plus 2 whole square equal to minus 3 plus 4. So x plus 2 whole square equal to 1. So now we are going to solve the equation. So now x plus 2 equal to, taking square root on both sides, plus or minus root 1. So x plus 2 equal to plus or minus 1. So x equal to plus or minus 1 minus 2. So now x equal to 1 minus 2 or minus 1 minus 2. So x equal to what? Minus 1 or minus 3. So these are the roots of a equation. I am transferring plus 2 that side, that gives minus 2. So x equal to plus or minus 1 minus 2. I took two cases, one time plus, one time minus. So x equal to 1 minus 2 or minus 1 minus 2. That finally you got answer x equal to minus 1 and minus 3. These are the roots of the first equation using completing square method. Now let us take the second equation. 9x square plus 6x minus 8 equal to 0. So first what I told, take minus 8 that side. 9x square plus 6x equal to 8. So what I told, the first two terms write in the form of 9x square plus 6x equal to a square plus 2ab form should write. So now we want a square here because 9x square you can write as a square form, that is 3x whole square. Now this is 2ab. 2, what is a here? 3x. 3x. So we want one more term. Already if you multiply 2 and 3, 6x you got it. You can take 1. That equal 8. So now let us, we got a square plus 2ab. What I told, we want b square required. What is b here? 1. 1 square. Add 1 square on both sides. Add 1 square on both sides. So this gives a square plus 2ab plus b square. Nothing but a plus b whole square. A is 3x, b is 1, a plus b whole square, 3x plus whole square equal to 8 plus 1, 9. Now take the square root on both sides. So that gives right side plus or minus root 9. So therefore 3x plus 1 equal to plus or minus 3. Now you can take two cases, one time plus, other time minus. So 3x plus 1 equal to plus 3 and 3x plus 1 equal to minus 3. So now 3x equal to 3 minus 1, 3x equal to 2, x equal to 2 by 3, or 3x equal to minus 1 minus 3. So 3x equal to minus 4, x equal to minus 4 by 3. Here the roots are 2 by 3 and minus 4 by 3. What are roots? Roots are 2 by 3 comma minus 4 by 3. I hope understand here. The first tool, bring minus 8 that side, and right side left side value write in the form of a square plus 2ab form. So once you get a square plus 2ab form, add the b square term on both sides. Add b square term on both sides. Once you add b square term on both sides, the entire left side value gives a plus b whole square. What is a? 3x. 3x plus 1 whole square equal 9. And apply square root on both sides. Square root on both sides. So then we got 3x plus 1 equal to plus or minus 3. And solve for x, we're getting two cases. One case is plus 3, other case is what? Minus 3. And solve it to get the roots of a equation by using completing square method. I hope clear. This is a little tricky. Please be careful about solving this equation, but you need more practice. So understand everyone? Next. So we completed two methods. One is factorization method. Next is completing square method. So next one, using quadratic formula, we will solve one question. So we can get the all three methods. Now in this equation, so first of all, you take a is 1, b is minus 3, c equal to. Keep it these values. So we know quadratic formula. What is quadratic formula? Minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. You can substitute the values. B square means minus 3 whole square. 9. 4 into a is 1, c is 2. The whole divided by 2 into 1. So minus of minus plus 3 plus or minus root over 9 minus 4 into 2 is 8 by 2. So now let us simplify further. So x equal to 3 plus or minus root 1 by 2. Root 1 is 1. So here also you got plus or minus. So x equal to 3 plus 1 by 2 or 3 minus 1 by 2. So now x equal to 3 plus 1 what? 4 by 2 or 2 by 2. So finally x equal what? 1 or 2 or 1 are the roots of a equation. So understand? But I think everyone knows this formula. So this is a way to solve the equation by using quadratic formula. So I think understand everyone. Next, another one. This is the last concept of today class. Methods of solving simultaneous equations in two variables. What is called simultaneous equation in two variables? If you take an equation ax plus by plus c equal to 0, this is the simultaneous equation in two variables. So two variables means x and y. The previously you had solved all the problems with single variable. Now two variables. So how to solve the simultaneous equation two variables? So that means if you want to solve the equation, we need two equations with two variables. The first equation a1 x plus b1 y plus c1 equal to 0. Second equation a2 x plus b2 y plus c2 equal to 0. These are the two equations with two variables x and y. If I want to solve two unknowns, we need two equations. These two equations, how to solve? And means solve means you have to find x value and y value. So means two unknowns required means two equations required. How to solve these equations? Different methods are there. One is addition or subtraction, next substitution, next cross multiplication method. So these methods are very useful for higher classes. Let us take an example. We'll solve the Simon equation with all three methods. I will explain. So solve the following equations using all three methods. 2x plus y equal to 5, x plus 2y equal to 7. So if you solve the equations, let us take this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. The first method we can take addition or subtraction method. Addition or subtraction method. So in this method, when you are solving this equation, so make sure that any one of the variable has equal coefficients. What is the first equation? 2x plus y equal to 5. This is equation 1. What is second equation? X plus 2y equal to 7. This is second equation. In this method, what I told, make sure that any one variable has equal coefficients. But first equation 2x, second equation x, equal, not equal coefficient. They are also different coefficient. So make sure that one of the coefficient is equal. For that, I'm multiplying first equation by 2. If I multiply first equation by 2 on both the sides, so 2 into 2, 4x plus 2y equal to 10. So second equation, so already got 2y, means already 2y is there. So the second equation 2y already there. That means you can write x plus 2y equal to 7. Here no need to multiply anything. So I want to do either addition or subtraction because all the terms are plus terms. So you can go for subtraction. If you subtract, change the signs. Here plus, here means keep minus. Here plus means minus. Here minus. The final sign is minus. 4 minus x. This is 3x. Plus 2y minus 2y cancel. So nothing here. Now 10 minus 7. 10 minus 7 is 3. So finally we got 3x equal to 3. X equal to 3 by 3. That gives x is 1. Clear that one? Now you want y value. You can take any one of the equation. The first equation you can take 2x plus y equal to 5. So what is the value of x? X equal to 1. You can substitute. 2 into 1 plus y equal to 5. So 2 plus y equal to 5. Y equal to 5 minus 2. Y equal to what? 3. So that means the solution is x equal to 1 and x equal to 3 are the solutions. I hope clear this one. So we got two values of both unknowns, x equal to 1 and x equal to 3. This is the method of addition or subtraction method. Next. So this is a most useful method. So now we are going to take second method, which is called substitution method. Substitution method. So what are the given equations? 2x plus y equal to 5 and x plus 2y equal to 7 given. So in this method, we can take one variable from the first equation. So first equation, we take the y value. What is y value? 5 minus 2x. Let us consider this equation 1. So this value substitute in the second equation in place of y. Because you are getting y value from the first equation as 5 minus 2x, you can substitute. That is called substitution method and simplify the equation. So 10 minus 4x equal to 7. So grouping the terms, x minus 4x minus 3x and shift plus 10 that side, 7 minus 10. So minus 3x equal to minus 3, x equal to minus 3 divided by minus 3, that gives 1. So you got the x value 1. In the previous also, what is x equal to 1? Because if you apply any method, the final solution should be same only, x equal to 1. When x equal to 1, we want y value. Y equal to 5 minus 2x. So y equal to 5 minus 2 into 1. So y equal to 5 minus 2 what? 3. So this is the solution of the equation by substitution method. I hope clear this one. First take y value and substitute here and get the value of x. Once you get the x value, you can substitute in first equation to get the value of y. That is the method of substitution. I hope understand this method. So let us take the third method, which is cross multiplication method. So this is a little tricky method. Please listen carefully. So what are the equations? 2x plus y equal to 5 and x plus 2y equal to 7. So 2x plus y. So in this method, bring all the terms one side. So x plus 2y minus 7 equal to 0. So now in this method, what you can do, let us take all the terms one side. After that, so there is a rule to solve this one. Take x, y, 1. So here we want to find x and y and extra 1 you can write. On the left side of x, so we can write b. I will explain what is b. C, A, this order you can write here. So one side like this, what is the meaning of b? So every linear equation in the form of ax plus by plus c equal to 0. So in this one, I start with b and take this c, then a and come back to b. That is the order you can follow. And on the left of x, you can take b, means y coefficients. On the left of y, you can take c, means constant terms. On the left of 1, I take a, means x coefficient you can take. And I come back to b coefficients. So now in this equation, let us start with b coefficients. Here not y coefficient, sorry. So y coefficient 1 here, 2 here. So means 1, 2. Because nothing means 1 you can take. Constant terms with symbol you can take minus y, minus 7. And x coefficient 2, 1. And y coefficient 1, comma 2. Now what I meant the cross multiplication. So this is a cross multiplication. So let us take next step. This is a major step. Be careful. So here you want x by. So I want to multiply these two. To multiply these two. I want to multiply these two. So first multiply 1 and minus 7 over. Next to keep minus, that is the rule to take. And other part of corners, that is 2 into minus 5. The product of this corner and this corner you can take it. Follow same rule for all the three. So here minus 5 and 1 minus and other corner minus 7 and 2. Be careful about writing this one. So I think hope here. So now last one, 1 divided by same thing, 2 into 2 minus 1 into 1. So now next step. Understand everyone? So here x by get simplified. Minus 7 is minus minus positive 10 and y by minus 5 is minus minus positive 14 equal to 1 by 4 minus 1. So x by 3 equal to y by 9 equal to 1 by 3. Clear now? So 10 minus 7 is 3. 14 minus 5 is 9. 1 by 3. So I want to find x value equate first and last. I want to find y value equate second and third. So x by 3 equal to 1 by 3. So then x equal to cross multiply 3 by 3. So that gives 1. So y by 9 equal to 1 by 3. So y equal to 9 by 3. That is 3. So y equal to 9 by 3, that gives 3. So these are the values of x and y. Observe the three methods. So to get the x value, y value remains same only. If you have use any method to solve the equation, but we should learn the all three methods, which are very helpful for the future when you are solving the questions in the simultaneous equations. I hope clear now. Once again, so what is the cross multiplication method? Let us take the two equations, bring all the terms one side. Now next, write the unknowns x, y, 1. On the left side of x, you take the b, c, a. B means y coefficient, c means constant, a means x coefficient, p means again y coefficient. This order you can follow. So between b and c we need x, between c and a we need y, between a and b we need 1. So now what are the p values from the equation? Y coefficients. What is y coefficient? 1. Here 2. Nothing means 1. 1 comma 2. C constant terms. A x coefficients, and b again constant terms. After that, the major part of this question is x. We want here x is there. X divided by, so you have to multiply the corners. 1 into first you have to take this order. From this order and this order you can take. So 1 into minus 7, keep minus between them and multiply the other corner elements. 2 into minus 5 and simplify the entire first term, x by minus 7. So minus into minus plus 10. Same thing, y by and constant by. So once you simplify it, so we will get automatically x by 3 equal to y by 9 equal to 1 by 3. So when you want x value, you can equate first and last. When you want y value, equate second and last. And then solve for x and y. That is the method of solving equations by using cross multiplication method. I hope understand everyone. So let us try 2-3 questions. You can easily understand this one. So that is the today class. I hope everyone understand. So we are giving some homework questions. Let us try these questions, whatever you discussed today, and we will help you how to solve the questions in the importance class. So these are the questions which you are going to do homework. I hope understand everyone. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.